There we go.
There it is. Welcome to Freedom 350.
Where the issues are not black or white.
They're mostly for every red, white, and blue American.
Yeah. And yellow.
Oh, don't forget yellow.
Yeah,
Well, I was sticking with the flag.
Oh,
Red, white, and blue.
I was thinking races.
America.
Fuck yeah. But today's
Topic.
is going to be on the Second Amendment.
Oh, we should also touch a little bit on the First Amendment. You know,
Yeah.
talking about the reporter getting banned from El Presidente's oficina.
Yeah, because we talked about the whole...
The assault weapons ban.
Well, no, we had talked about Jim Acosta getting,
Oh, yeah.
you know, whether or not...
Jim Acosta, right?
Yeah.
You know the word accost? Like to accost something?
accost.
Weird, right? Conspiracy.
Yeah. But hey,
Hey,
for all you guys watching, that was a big tangent we just went on right from the start of this video. I mean, it's not even what we were supposed to be talking about.
no, we
which
started.
is-
Yeah, it was weird.
what we were talking about?
The only thing I was going to tie it together was Jesus did say, sell your shirt and buy a sword.
Yeah.
So that means he wants you to be an armed citizen,
Yeah.
but responsible.
So to get that tangent we just went on,
Yeah,
all
so-
you got to be is be a $1 patron on our Patreon page, and you get access to all of it.
All of
which
it.
we have just started another segment called Stories, or no,
Tales
Tail-
from the pole.
yeah, Tales from the Pole, and it's just like strip club.
North Pole, South Pole. Oh, that pole.
Yeah, strip
The
club.
naughty pole. Ooh. That's a good name for a club. Bro.
Ooh,
Hey, welcome to the naughty pole. Covers $5.
I think
We should open a business for
I think
that.
Fort Campbell needs
Another strip club?
well, there's only one.
Well, there's two.
There's no. I don't consider the other one legitimate.
Because they don't go full nude?
No, because they have an amputee working there.
What's wrong with that?
I'm discriminating
Your own
against
people?
my own peoples.
How can amputees be a people? It's not a race of people.
It's an identity.
Here you go with your binary trigger
Yep.
identification. How dare you?
All fire selections matter.
So you got semi-auto, full auto, binary.
But then you can bring into the
You
fold
got hair triggers.
different brake actions, pump actions, long actions, short actions.
Keep going. Keep going. I don't. These fingers don't discriminate. You know. Don't
They
shoot
don't.
anything. Beep, 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 beep.
You'll finger anything.
I'll finger anything as fast as I can.
That's how you get them to squirt.
Ha, pa, pa, pa. And then M1 Grand, you have a Garand time, right? And it goes ping.
Yeah.
It lets you know when it's done.
Yeah, we got to make fun of Grand Thumb.
Oh, that guy I was talking about, like actual M1 Grand.
No, yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. But
Well,
yeah, we do need to.
Not make fun of him, just parody him because he's a cool guy
Yeah, like a cool guy.
with a really deep voice.
So if you
I just watched his video comparing M16A1 versus.
I haven't watched that one yet.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, the only
My opinion, without even watching the video, is I think with the advances we've had in AR-15s today, they're going to be lighter. You'll be able to get on target faster, and they might be a skosh more accurate with groupings.
what he found is it was easier for him to get on target long range with the M1A or not M1A
The M16.
with the M16 than it was with his holographic sight to actually like hit.
Oh,
Like it was
what hollow was he running? EOTech?
EOTech.
Well, how far was he shooting?
I think like 120. Maybe.
Yeah, see, I don't think EOTechs are meant past 25 meters
Well,
because they're all meant to be like close quarters, room
Yeah.
clearing.
plus if you
Not saying you can't
spark-
hit that far. Just,
the
it's not designed
sparkliness
Yeah,
of
the
the
fuzz.
of
Yeah.
the hologram that can mess with you when you're trying to
Especially
go
because
long range.
doesn't the center dot in EOTech isn't that like it's like a huge
Four-
MOA? Yeah,
four MOA, I think.
yeah, 4 MOA or something like that, or
So
larger.
it's not really good for a
And then like the
long-
outer ring is ginormous too.
Yeah, I mean it's for close quarters.
Yeah, it's meant for-
Let me shoot you 5 times real quick.
Yeah. Ba, ba, ba.
Yeah, but there were some good things about the M16A1 that he found, and there are a lot of good things about this more modern AR-15 that he had. You know what? That was another tangent before we got onto the main topic. And
We're doing a great job.
To get those tangents, just go to the Patreon page and be $1 patron. That's it.
$1.
But the actual podcast topic for today is,
Second Amendment
issues,
and First Amendment.
The new policies that they're trying to
enforce or up for debate.
First enforce, and then the ones that are the new HR 7115. That's
I almost threw up just then.
Yeah.
That's how gross it is.
But the first thing to talk about is the death that happened. That dude
in Maryland.
Was it in Maryland?
I think it was in Maryland.
They have these. What are they called? Red flag.
Yeah, red flags.
New red flag.
Red
laws.
flag legislation.
And what it is essentially is
your neighbor walks up to the police and is like, "Excuse me, Mr. Officer. I don't trust Larry, and he's got a gun."
So then the officers are now obligated to go take that firearm from them so they don't harm themselves or anybody else. But that completely eliminates due process.
Yep. And that guy died because they breached his house and they saw a gun. And
they came in, and they came in and they were like arguing back and forth with the dude. And he's like, "No, you're not taking my gun." And
how does that escalate when the cops are? I'm sure they had numbers on the guy.
Oh yeah. They're not gonna. Yeah, they're not gonna go. I mean,
because
I'd be surprised if they didn't.
At a minimum, it would be 2-1, right?
Yeah. And I don't think they would go 2-1.
No, I think that would have been like a 15-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm sure they would have called a SWAT team for that.
It's no bueno.
But it's really close to the nation's capital, right?
Yeah, the thing is, a lot of people would say that, our law enforcement officers, they wouldn't essentially conduct unlawful
search and seizures
or unlawful orders
detainment,
like that.
Yeah.
And you got to think about it.
Did they swear to uphold the Constitution just like the military? Maybe that's a discrepancy. Because I'm sure a lot of them would, especially on the sheriff's side. I've experienced more sheriffs being all about your liberties, personal freedoms, than I have inner city cops.
Yeah.
Or police metro.
They're just enforcing. They're enforcing the laws that are put forth through.
Yeah, blindly. And I had this conversation with a couple of guys when I was active duty. Like, if we were ever told to help out and go door to door, and if we would go door to door and confiscate people's firearms, and some of the people, while I was active duty, were like, "Yeah, I mean, if those were my orders," I'm like, "No, dude, that's unlawful as fuck."
Yeah. So these cops show up at the guy's house.
Oh yeah, the guy in Maryland.
Yeah, and they enforce this red flag
law.
Yeah, and they're gonna take his weapon.
Hey, you got a gun in there?
And they shot him and killed him. So it's like, what the heck is going on? Then you got the other. This is not related to a red flag law, but I think it was in Texas. Was it in Texas? I don't know. Jeez. Recently, there was a shooting that.
Oh yeah, I think I remember.
The choir. He's like a church musician.
Yeah.
Black dude, and he did gigs at quite a few different churches or whatever, right? Well, in the meantime, from doing that, he was like club security or bar security or whatever, around the area he lived, and he was doing that exact thing, and somehow someone got into the establishment with a gun, and he was able to stop what was going on and get that guy to like chill out, and held him there until the cops came. But when the cops came, they saw the big black dude with the gun and they shot him.
Ain't that some shit?
It is. Now, anytime something like that happens, I don't immediately jump on the gun of, white racist cops or cops in general are bad. I don't automatically jump on that, but I don't automatically go, well, that guy must have done something to deserve it. I like to go, there's something in the middle.
Yeah.
Now
you like to do investigative research.
Yeah.
Weird.
The thing is like, I think we've talked about this before about posture.
Yeah.
About just your body language, because we might not be actively thinking about a way a person's acting, their body language, but we are taking everything in.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I think that police officers need to be a little bit more aware of that and actively, like once they get a call, like, okay, like try to get in that mindset.
Yeah. I also understand from watching lots of body cam footage that things can escalate quickly.
Oh yeah.
You know, and so I think if you're a police officer, you need to understand what's going on in your body, because you should never be that trigger happy. Don't be defenseless and blind, right?
Yeah.
You still have to defend yourself, but don't be trigger happy.
I think a few comments I've heard or read about the footage of the incident was the cop was too quick on the trigger.
Yeah.
I haven't actually watched it yet, but
see, I haven't watched that one yet either. But I think if a lot of police officers, like, they get in that moment because you can get that adrenaline rush. So if he already had his finger on the trigger and he starts to pull back,
yeah,
and he might not be thinking because you lose those fine motor skills. You go back down to gross motor skills, so you can't really feel that trigger anymore. That's why you keep your finger off the trigger until you're absolutely ready to shoot.
Yep. Guarantee you he didn't. Especially if he shot too quick. Yeah, he probably already had the trigger depressed.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Ready to go, yeah.
And then he went to...
Which is a mistake.
Something happened, something happened and pop.
Because it could even be a noise. I've noticed sometimes when explosions go off or anything that startles you, you clench up, you seize up, and you squeeze. So that could do it too. Like something stupid like a car backfiring.
Yeah, I think like if a sniper is going to shoot a hostage situation, a lot of times if their fingers are on the trigger ready to fire, you either want to get a brainstem shot or you want to hit like exactly where these what is this? Yeah, headphones?
Headphones?
Yeah, right where this band going up the head on each side. That's where your neuromotor cortex or whatever it is. And you hit there and then there's no flinch, but whatever. That was a long time ago when I read that. It might not be true.
Might not be true at all.
But I did read it.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Back when I joined the Army as a 67 Tango.
You're old.
Crew chief. Wanted to go to sniper school. They're like,
as a crew chief?
Yeah. I didn't know.
Well, anybody could walk on. I found this out.
Yeah, but your unit sending you there?
Yeah. It wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
See, I thought about this when I heard somebody else had done this. I don't know how true it is because it's like one of those barracks stories, right? So apparently a dude takes a month of leave, walks onto the sniper course, and then comes back sniper qualified. And they're like, WTF, because that unit then had to pay for the course that he walked onto.
Yeah. Nice.
Don't know if that's true or not.
But we heard it, so we're gonna repeat it.
I read it in a book.
Yeah. We're on the internet.
Interwebs.
But
what are we talking about?
The shooting.
The Maryland shooting.
Well,
and now the one in Texas.
If it's Texas, I'm not sure if it's Texas, but
it sounds like something that might happen in Texas.
Yeah, like that. Like I heard it from Sean King, and if you guys know who Sean King is, he's an activist, a journalist. He likes to call himself, and he claims that he's mixed, like me. I can't say he's not, because there are mixed individuals that look very very white. Yeah.
Logic, the rapper.
Logic. I think Logic seems like he's a quarter black, like
he might be.
Like my sons.
Mm-hmm.
Sean King, I don't know. Sean King claims that his mom had an affair with a black man, but you can't ask his mom because his mom's dead now.
But if you look at my wife, would you have ever guessed that she's got Somali in her?
No, but that's
the thing, right? It's so far away.
Yeah, it's so far away. Well, when it comes to Sean King, I think he should get his DNA tested, and kind of like how Elizabeth Warren did with her Native American, and then she kind of effed up on that. Like, I told you I was part Native. It's like, that's so far removed, lady. You need to step back and say, you know what? I plagiarized that cookbook recipe.
Mm-hmm.
And you just need to stop. But
Collaborate and listen. Ice is back with a brand new edition. Roll it. Why does my brain work that way?
I don't know. But yeah, Sean King.
Sean King.
Yeah.
All right, so we were talking about getting shot in the police. See, a lot of these kind of go hand in hand together between the First Amendment and Second Amendment, right? Because the journalists today are not reporting events accurately.
Yeah.
The whole point of the press is to hold our government and elected officials accountable and speak up for the people, because we could flood their offices with 1 million letters,
I think,
and they may not read them.
Yeah.
However, when they're in those press conferences, that's the reporter's job to do their due diligence and be like, hey, you did this, this, and this. What's your response to the people? Because the people want to know. And they're not doing that.
No, they're not.
And you got Jim Acosta, right, who's in CNN being fucking retarded, saying that they're banning journalism and it's in violation of his amendment rights. But no,
it's not.
It's not. President Trump didn't say that CNN is not allowed to come.
No, being a part of the press corps, White House press corps, right?
It's like a privilege?
It's a privilege.
Yeah.
So you can get it taken away.
Sure. Just like driving is a privilege.
They're not silencing his First Amendment rights. They're not silencing him. He can say whatever he wants on CNN, right?
Yeah.
He's just not a part of the press corps anymore. Now, CNN has like 50 other reporters that have access to that press corps. Replace him. That's all they got to do. No, they want him in there. They want his...
Because there's the other thing, too, is like, it's just like what Kanye said. We should be lifting our president up and not trying to tear him down.
Exactly.
And what kind of message does it send when other nations see President Trump obviously getting frustrated because the dude just will not shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
It's like...
But then...
That's not the time to be... Like, it's not... The questions Jim was asking him was not like a big scandal.
No, it wasn't.
It was fucking retarded. Like...
Yeah.
I remember being young in the Army, and they were like, pick and choose your battles, right? What are you going to fall on your sword for? Is it really worth...
Yeah.
Like, was that really worth it for him?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people need to...
Well, he likes his fame. He likes his name being out there, so...
People need to worry about their ego, because your ego is not really your friend. It works against you.
So... Back to the subject of guns.
Guns. The Second Amendment. Oh yeah, that's what we could talk about right now. Is I do not understand. I've probably said this before already. The opposition or the opposing viewpoint that all guns are evil all the time. I do not understand that.
Yeah, I don't see how people can think that.
I do not see how banning them will make the world a safer place.
Yeah, like recently there was that shooting at that restaurant or something, and I forget where, but apparently one of the people that died there was one of the people that got shot at in Vegas. So he missed the Vegas shooting, but then got hit at that shooting.
That's some Final Destination shit.
That is.
You were supposed to die.
But his mom came out and says, I want gun control. I don't care.
Gun control, for those watching and listening, is 2 hands on the weapon.
With your finger straight off the trigger until you're ready to fire. But there are people that think that guns are inherently bad. That when there's a gun around, someone's gonna die.
Yeah, and see,
people those guns over there, they're always around.
But people don't die here.
Exactly.
Not yet, anyways. It's gonna happen eventually.
Hope not.
You have guns.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand.
And I have 2 kids. I have 2 sons.
And they seem to respect them just fine.
Yeah, they respect them. They know the safety rules.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's because
he used to know. Though. He used to know them verbatim, but now he just kind of forgot them. But he still knows the gist of each rule. Yeah. Like remember when I was asking him, he's like, "Oh, you gotta do this."
They don't come in and just play with them either.
No,
because I think they understand.
Yeah, they don't.
See, like when I ask people who have a difference of opinion, would we ban knives and forks and spoons? Because those are all
that's what they've done.
Those are all weapons that we can use.
They've done that in England, in London.
Oh yeah, and they have a huge knife problem.
Yeah, well now they want to ban knives too.
Yeah.
And what are they going to use now? Oh, acid. Acid's like one of the big things to attack people with over there.
You know, you can anything that you can buy in the grocery store can be a weapon.
What culture did the acid attack come from?
Let's take a guess here. The Islamic one.
Is there any truth
You're
to
an Islamophobe.
Is there any truth to the statement, not all cultures are equal?
So I would have to say yes to that. Not all cultures are equal.
But in today's...
you can't say things like that because it's offensive.
That's the truth.
But that's the truth. Not everybody's on an equal playing field.
No.
Even though ideologically in the Constitution it outlines that all people are created equal, right?
They're created equal if they all start out with the
same playing field.
Same playing field, the same values, the same structure. Right. If the whole world was westernized, like if we could just snap like a Thanos.
Yeah.
And everyone like dust comes onto them and they're like, oh, hey,
everybody's
cool.
got freedom. Everybody has a constitution. Yeah. That would be nice. Because I think that's the beautiful thing about America is people do have the ability to go from rags to riches, right?
Yes.
And it may not be one generation, right? Because we're seeing this with a lot of the people coming from India, right? So a couple families pull their money together and they buy a gas station. And then what do? The next generation ends up expanding into like a Dunkin' Donuts.
Well, what happens is like, at least the Indians around here, like they'll come over.
Hotels.
Like one family will come over first. They'll get like a gas station or a convenience store or something, and then they move on to a hotel or something else. And then the person coming next takes that gas station.
Yeah,
that's why you'll see another
Indian owner.
You're like, wait, what? So they kind of like help out the people coming over, and then they get
and they're elevating each other up. Yeah. And that's the American way of life is it's helping your fellow community. I mean, they're just trying to get more people that are, their own, I guess, race.
That's why they're so affluent.
Yeah.
When it comes to the other races in the country.
And that's not a bad thing.
It's not. I mean, everyone has the ability and are afforded the opportunities because it's like, what is it? The pursuit of happiness.
Yes, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness.
It's not the life, liberty, and the guarantee of happiness.
Right, it's not a guarantee. You have the right to pursue it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I guess, forget that failure is indeed an option, and sometimes you learn the most from your failures.
Failure is the biggest teacher.
Yeah.
It's the best teacher, because especially depending on the mistake. I ain't doing that again. Like my arm. I ain't doing that again. I want to keep this one. Right?
And then we'd have to drop you down to like 15%.
15.
Yeah, 15%.
15%.
That 15%.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
But on your whole thing with you don't understand how people can think that weapons are always evil and they're always a threat.
Because nobody looks at the steak knife on the dinner table and says, "Oh, that's a weapon."
I can kill you just the same.
Yeah, it could kill you just the same.
Just the same. But with guns, like, I think one of the biggest proponents for guns is the fact that it's an equalizer. You can have
doesn't matter how big you are.
Yeah, you can have an old lady and a bodybuilding.
That to me is beautiful though, because that means that old lady or that bodybuilder, who let's say he's got show muscle but not actual strength.
Yeah, like he's just got the injections.
Yeah, a lot of them do. Like everybody now is on the level playing field.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's scary to most people, because the only fight you really lose is an equal fight.
Yeah.
Which is why you should be training on a weekly basis.
Yeah, just don't get your concealed carry and then go, I'm good.
Yeah.
Because if
it's a perishable skill.
Exactly. And not so much like the shooting, but everything else.
Yeah. And definitely unload your weapon before you practice the draw, because that might save your life.
Funny thing, this is not off topic, so everyone will get to hear this one. But a TI back in the day.
I think I know who you're talking about.
And a TI for you guys that don't know.
Technical inspector.
A technical inspector for an aircraft. So
we do the work. and then he comes and inspects it and says,
Crew
"Yes,
chiefs, crew chiefs maintainers will do the work, and then the TI will come over and he'll inspect the work and make sure it's good, make sure the safety's right and all that stuff. And then he goes,
or if he wants to be a dick, he'll just cut the safety just because,
and make you do it again
because it's Tuesday and you can't go home early.
Yeah.
God.
But TIs kind of help ensure safety when it comes to aviation.
At least in the military sense.
Yeah. Army. Well, there was a TI, and he had just got his XD.
Mm-hmm.
Just got his Serpa holster.
Does his name start with Mike and end in Bravo? I'm using phonetic alphabet to protect his privacy.
Just say his last name, and I'll bleep it out.
Blaylock. Yeah. Yeah,
That
he shot
is
himself
him.
in the ass, yeah.
It right in the butt. He was doing a quick draw, and he didn't unload it.
He was in his bathroom, looking in the mirror,
doing a quick
practicing
draw. Pulls it out, and his finger.
Because it was one of those Serpa holsters, right? We have to push the button.
Yeah, see, I think Serpa holsters get a bad rep for that, but that's just bad mechanics and
because his fingers slipped off it.
Well, see, with the Serpa holster, you're not supposed to use the tip of your finger to push on that button, but guys will use the tip of their finger to push on that button, and then they'll draw it up, and when they use the tip of the finger,
it slides off into the trigger guard. Yeah.
Exactly. You're supposed to push it. That's why it's long. You know, you can put the whole finger on it, keep your finger straight off the trigger. Yeah. So I've never had a problem. I actually have a Serpa holster. I have a
Serpa as well.
So I keep my finger straight, hit that release.
It's a straight draw out.
Your finger straight off trigger, you don't have anything to worry about. But anyways,
it goes back to training, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And correct body mechanics to do the right thing.
And presentation of the weapon,
So what he did is he had his finger hooked, and he went and he did a Tex Gerbner. You seen Tex Gerbner? I shot myself. So he did that, bam, and it hit his jeans and went straight through his leg down, and it exited out of his. It came out of his
calf,
ankle.
I think.
His
ankle, I know his lower leg somewhere.
And he should have died. Like there were hollow points, but they were so close to the jeans. The jeans filled in the hollow point, and it didn't expand.
Oh, lucky
so it's just
him.
So it's just a ball round going down his leg.
Chunk of his ass gone.
Yep. Crazy nerve damage too.
Yeah.
But that's why you don't do quick draws in the mirror with your gun loaded.
Yeah. Unload that shit. Anytime you're practicing dry fire, for me, dry fire drills are 90% of my shooting. So I unload the weapon, and last Christmas my brother-in-law got me a little laser and it's a refrigerator magnet that lights up when you hit it with the laser, so you can actually draw and fire.
Okay.
So it's really awesome. I forget the name of the company. I'll have to look it up, but so I practice with that for mine, because dry fire drills will get you through a lot of it.
Yeah.
And that way you don't have to waste a shit ton of money.
Yeah. I mean, going to a class isn't a bad idea either.
No. Because I think a lot of people in concealed carry, recoil management, I think, is not as big of a deal, because I think in concealed carry you're going to take maybe a few shots as opposed to a competition style shooting where you're going to be shooting more rapid. And
shooting
more
and
often.
Reloading and stuff like that. Yeah. You're probably just going to use your mag.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's like two people that know what they're doing. Right?
Yeah, that's why I carry a spare mag with me too.
They're doing conceal and cover and all that stuff. But
shooting and moving. Yeah.
Kind of like that Spring Hill, Texas, that shooting at the church where the Air Force guy that got kicked out, he had an AR-15 and he just like shot up the whole church. The guy across the street loaded his AR-15
and shot him,
tagged him, got him. Yep. But
yeah, so I don't understand how people can be against something that can
save your life.
And it's fine if most people don't want to, purchase firearms and own them. That's cool.
It takes a certain person to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Now you got your
Do I think everybody should have a gun? No. Am I going to prohibit people from having guns?
No.
Because I think everybody needs to realize that police are not here to protect us. Yeah, they're not personal security.
Before I got married to my wife, I wouldn't have want her to be walking around with a concealed carry. I don't care if she did qualify on the silhouette. You're just supposed to hit the target so many times, Yeah, that's not good. because it's that all about that fourth rule when it comes to like a real world CCW type of engagement. It's all about that fourth rule about knowing your target and what's beyond your target.
Yeah, foreground and background.
So if you're,
it's like Instructor Zero. And when he said that, he tells it. I forget which video it was, but he's talking about a French police officer in a bank stopping a robbery. When he shoots the perpetrator, it enters the body and exits at a weird angle and hits and killed a woman because it hit her in like the pelvis. And so he was responsible for that shot.
Wow.
Right. And see, a lot of people don't think about that. So like the projectiles you're using, that's why you should really consider running hollow points for conceal carry.
Yeah, do not buy the cheap ball stuff because
that's for practice.
Cheap. Yeah. Now, well, seeing as we're still on the topic of guns, and we haven't really gone on to a tangent in a little bit, maybe going to tangent town.
Yeah.
But
population us.
There's another part of
part two
of the gun debate, or this gun topic we're talking about, is the new legislation.
The new legislation. Yeah,
I think it's HR 7150 or 7115. I think that's it. If it's not, I'll put it up there saying it's wrong.
Not, yeah, like,
I'm an idiot.
Are dumb.
Yeah.
Dumb. DUMBA. Dumba.
Pretty much what they're trying to hit the Second Amendment community with are what they think are our loopholes.
Oh, the gun show loophole.
Yeah, not the gun show loophole, but like
they finally closed that one.
Yeah, they closed that one finally.
Can no longer purchase our fully automatic semi barrel shrouds with a thing in the back that goes up.
Yeah,
ghost guns.
But like, for the longest time, it's always been legal for a U.S. citizen to build his own weapon.
That's right.
If he has the means and the materials to manufacture
a person, persons, they,
them,
it, z,
zer.
I don't understand the difference between the two because ZUR and then ZER, right? It's still like her and him.
Yeah,
like
Zim and Zer. That's
sir
right.
And her. It's still the same. You just change one letter.
Yeah. Yeah, they're still, whatever. It's still binary. But anyways.
Dumba. DUMBA.
Well, anyways, the loopholes that they're talking about are like I said, it's always been legal for us to manufacture our own weapons if we have the means and
the capabilities
to do so. Now with modern technology and with the advancements in polymers and stuff like that, it's a lot easier for someone to come in and, I'm going to make my own pistol. I'm going to make my own gun. You know, like you have the 80% lowers. Mm-hmm. It's an AR-15 low receiver. It's completely milled except for...
Yeah, it's 80% complete.
Yeah, 80% complete. I mean, the only thing you have to do is drill the two holes for the trigger pin and the hammer pin and mill out. Or what they do is they use a drill bit and then they use a mill to finish it off. And mill out the area, the pocket for the trigger group. And you've made your own gun. Now, you don't have to serialize that gun. So
it's also designed, I think, to prevent 3D printing, because with 3D printers, the technology's come pretty far in the last decade.
You can, there's metal 3D printers. Now, metal 3D printers are pretty pricey, so it's not like your average person's going to have a metal. Even
the regular filament plastics have gotten way better.
Yeah. But they do have to kind of beef up the back rear where the buffer tube connects and everything.
To absorb the recoil and all that.
But I mean, Cody Wilson with Defense Distributed, and he makes the little Ghost Gunner mill.
The Ghost Gun.
Well, the Ghost Gunner mill is just a little tabletop mill.
Yeah.
You put an 80% in there, you put your 80% in, and it finishes it for you, which is really nice. And what HR 7115 is trying to stop is
shut it down.
Yeah, is all that. We can't go get a Polymer 80 Glock frame and finish it. It's an 80% frame of a pistol that you can finish the rest of the tool pass for all you machinists out there,
and then manufacture your own weapon.
Yeah, manufacture your own weapon. Now they think it's a loophole.
Is it a problem? Because how many of those self-made weapons have been used in crime?
None.
So Is it them trying to be overzealous and prevent something before it becomes something?
Yeah, because they don't like it.
Yeah.
They don't like the availability.
I don't see a person who's into the hobby of weapons at all. Like, even sword collecting is technically falling into this. Like, those blacksmiths that make swords, it technically falls under this law too.
Yeah.
Because it prevents you from manufacturing
Well, I think this specifically talks about
firearms. So
machine guns.
what we're going to go back to is swords.
Assault weapons, because I can't say assault rifles, because assault rifles falls under machine guns. You know?
Yeah. See, and this goes back to the whole statement earlier of like a war on speech.
Yeah.
We're playing a stupid fucking game and trying to, oh no, this is just a firearm. It's not a weapon. Or this is a weapon, not a firearm. No, this is a handgun.
Yeah, it's all about when it is assembled at the factory.
So stupid.
Yeah.
And even, I think we've said this before on the show, that like the ATF regulations for the NFA items, National Firearms Act, retarded.
Yeah.
Autistic, if you will.
What's even more retarded is when the ATF decides they need to make an opinion letter on said accessory that comes out. Like the recent
like it took
arm braces.
Yeah, it took them forever to come back and say, you know what, you can shoulder those, it's fine.
Yeah.
Well,
because they first came out and said, yeah, you can shoulder them. It doesn't change the definition. Right. But then someone was like, no, I think it does. And then they came back with a, no, not really, but you know, don't if you intend to build it to just shoulder it, then you've assembled an SBR.
See, and then how can you make a crime out of intent? That's some Minority Report shit with thought police, right? See, I understand there's like conspiracy if like you lay out plans to rob a bank or something, right? And okay, there's a huge intent there.
Yeah.
But if you have a bunch of firearm parts, how can you really prove that you intended to shoulder it?
Yeah, like I could have a stock that's not, which is, you know, I have a couple stocks down there. I could have a stock down there, and I can have one of those pistols. And if an ATF guy comes in here and he sees one of the pistols with the braces on there and sees an empty stock, he's like, hey, that's intent
to convert it to a rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, dude. And like even if you make a AR-15 pistol,
yeah,
it's the exact same thing as having a short barrel rifle, right? It's just not labeled as such.
Yeah.
But the ballistics and performance will be the exact same.
Yeah.
So the laws are antiquated and retarded.
Yeah, I think that their thought process was because you can't shoulder a pistol. Well, I mean, you can shoulder a pistol if you want, because it still has that buffer tube. If you're running like a chest rig or something, you could probably put it.
You could totally shoulder. Like, there's plenty of stocks made for pistols. Even going back to, what was that, the Mauser?
Oh yeah.
You know,
I mean, it makes
throw a little buttstock on that.
It makes the pistol more accurate because you're taking a lot of movement away because you're putting another point of contact.
Yeah.
Instead of just
stabilize it. Yeah.
Now, if you had like a dual buttstock pistol grip combo, that's
ooh, that's dangerous, town.
Would that be a cruiser weapon?
You know what? I think it would.
I just need you to change my mags.
No, not if you put an appropriate sling on it where you're shouldering it and has like a loop around your neck.
To be a cruiser weapon, you need more.
Oh, you need an AG. Yeah, assistant gunner.
Yep. You pop the feed tray, they lay the belt down.
Execute, pops, pull, observe.
Which is funny.
What?
On a Hawk that has the M60 Delta aerial gun, we had to do it all ourselves.
Yeah. I mean, technically the minigun's a crew serve weapon.
Yeah.
Each crew chief would do it by himself as well.
Well, shit, you guys
I'm my own AG, buddy.
Out there clearing it.
Arnold Schwarzenegger did it by himself too.
Oh yeah, so Jesse Ventura.
Jesse Ventura, yeah. Yep.
But yeah, this
gun laws are dumb.
Yeah, the new HR 7115. I'm just gonna say 7115 this whole time.
That's what it is right now.
Yeah. If it's not, again, it will be up there.
You were wrong. You're fired.
But let me read what it's about. Essentially, it's to prohibit the sale, acquisition, distribution, and commerce or import into the United States of certain firearm receiver castings or blanks, assault weapon parts kits, and machine gun parts kits, and the marketing or advertising of such castings or blanks and kits on any medium of electronic communication, including the internet. Yeah.
So what that means, if they're trying to prohibit the internet sales, that means everybody's going to go back to the days of gun magazines.
Yeah, Shotgun News is going to come back. Or Recoil can.
And Recoil could probably pick that up.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Recoil. But see, the big problem I see with that, and not to be a tinfoil hat wearer, but if I needed to make a gun registry without people actually registering their firearms, I would force people to get magazine subscriptions and then impose whatever bullshit.
That's so crazy though, how they want to try and stop advertisement for accessories.
But then if you're subscribed to a gun magazine, I don't need you to go down to the local sheriff's office and register your firearms. I just know you have guns.
That's true.
That's scary.
But I think that they would need to have a what do you call it, a warrant to get the subscriber list to those.
Yeah, but how easy is it to get a warrant? Yeah, we think one of your subscribers is involved in criminal activity, so we need your subscriber list. Okay.
But the big thing I think that they're trying to do, like I said before, is to get that loophole of the self-made firearm.
But is it really a loophole?
No, it's not. It's always been legal to do so.
Right, because like if you wanted to manufacture your own musket, you could.
Yeah. Well, see, those are the type of people that want to separate the First Amendment from the Second Amendment. And okay, well, if you're going to treat the First Amendment in modern times with the internet and all that stuff, then you need to allow the Second Amendment the same
freedoms and liberties.
I mean, first off, these amendments aren't given to us by the government or allowed by the government.
No,
they're inalienable.
Inalienable rights. Yep.
We're born with them.
Mm-hmm.
Those Bill of Rights are a restriction on the government.
Yeah.
To deprive us of liberty, right? So that's what a lot of people aren't understanding. And I think that's a big thing that the anti-gun groups or the anti-gun crowd doesn't really follow. Because, like, you watch Steven Crowder's
bits,
I've
seen some Steven Crowder stuff.
Like the different Change My Mind.
The Change My Mind segments, yeah, those are pretty good.
He recently did a Change My Mind on what was it? Hate speech.
Yeah, he did hate speech. He's done guns.
And, yeah, but he talked to one dude about the freedom. Man, I forget it. I hate this stupid brain. It was a good point I wanted to bring up too.
What was his most recent one?
Oh, it was hate speech. He went back to.
He went back to hate speech.
Yeah, he revisited it, and there's this one dude that just was like. Anyways, but it's as long as the same lines of, if you're gonna allow the First Amendment also includes the internet, then the Second Amendment also includes more than just muskets.
Right.
The First Amendment.
You can't modernize one amendment without modernizing the others.
Yeah, exactly. So
I think a lot of people forget too that the Constitution and the Bill of Rights are supposed to be like adaptable and updatable, not removing shit like prohibition.
Yeah.
But it's meant to update with the current times.
Yeah. I mean,
that's why they specifically said like the right to bear arms. That should encompass any and all weaponry you want. Mace, tasers, guns, swords, knives, whatever.
And another thing with the anti-gun crowd, what they like to say is, well, they just had muskets. Okay, well, they had more than just muskets. They had...
Those muskets were deadly, though.
But 50 caliber.
They were 50 caliber, yeah.
You also have the puckle gun. Puckle gun.
Blunderbuss. That's nasty as fuck.
You had a whole bunch of different multi-round musket type weapons out that day. And they weren't mass produced.
Nope.
But muskets weren't really mass produced. It was still for their time it was mass.
Been, considered mass production, yeah.
But for us it'd be like, what? Come on, dude. You do more than that?
Yeah.
It's a shitty rifle.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
But so yeah. The people had muskets.
The government.
Military had muskets, so they were on an equal playing field.
Yeah.
And
Because it's understood that the people reserve the right
Yes.
to change the government either by voting in politicians, right? Diplomacy first. And then if it has to come down to it, through military
Yeah.
or going to war with your own government.
Yeah. So with that, we should also advance with our military. Now, of course, they want to bring out the ridiculous, so everyone should have nukes. Well, if you want to risk your life in developing your own nuclear warhead,
I mean, our own government is afraid to use nukes now because we know what they can do.
yeah,
So would I foresee our own government in the event of a civil war using nukes on its own country? No. I don't
Yeah.
see. I realistically don't see any government entity using a nuclear weapon ever again.
hopefully not.
Yeah, I could
would
see like a terrorist organization.
Yeah, I would see rogue assets doing
Yeah.
it. I would see,
But I would not see a government entity saying, "Yeah, it's a good idea."
Yeah, I could see a backwards nation like North Korea, possibly. Now,
Trying to exert a little bit of force they perceive they have.
even though, like, they would have to have like all the top echelon people, including Kim Jong Un, would all have to have like a suicide pact, pretty much, because
Yep.
if they did anything, they knew it would be the complete and utter annihilation of their
own
whole
country. Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. Like even today, like one nuclear missile gets fired, we still have mutually assured destruction in place.
Yeah.
That's never gone away. Like the Cold War is not really over.
Yeah,
We just changed enemies.
but yeah, this HR 7115, it goes on to, like I said, get our loophole, which it would be like self-made weapons, and the big ones are the 80% lowers that you can get now, and just finish milling out the pocket for the trigger and punch 2 holes for the trigger. And
How stupid would it
Hammer
be
pin?
for us to outlaw Legos? That's a hobby that people enjoy.
yeah, and I mean,
The manufacture of a firearm, some people, like, that's their hobby. That's what they enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a big proponent of, like, even any weaponry. Like,
you could have a Type 7 FFL,
yeah.
and you can just make your own and sell a couple here and there, during a year. I think what you're.
But until you get to that Type 7, you'd want to, like, figure it out.
Yeah, build your own.
Build your own, yeah.
Kind of like what I'm.
Because nobody just starts
Yeah.
off, oh, I'm a gun manufacturer now.
Yeah.
There's a bunch that goes into, like, learning how to do it. And you can't just, you need a little bit of hands-on, right?
Yeah.
You can't just start doing it
No.
because you wouldn't be profitable. You would never make it as a business then.
Yeah. I mean, you can go out there and buy a bulk pack of polymer 80 Glock lowers, 80% Glock lowers, and finish those things up.
The only thing I think this is going to do is help move more weapons. Just like under the Obama administration,
Oh yeah.
guns were flying off the table.
What's funny is I just
Gun
bought,
stores were like, they would have all the gun racks, but like hardly any guns in there. Like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, we're selling them all.
It's funny. Like right before the word of this bill came out, I'd already purchased quite a few
Lowers.
lowers and uppers to start up my the 50% YouTube channel, which is gun specific, where all the guns you see over there, I built them all except for 2. I had the AK built, and then, which, funny enough, when it comes to AKs and ARs, I'm going to build me an AR. No, you're going to assemble an AR.
Yeah, you assemble it.
You're going to build
you
an
legitimately
AK.
build the AK, yeah.
So I had the AK built, and then the one complete rifle that I've bought, not built myself, was the Arsenal Democracy Reaper 33, named after Nick Irving. Reaper 33. I think it was the first African American, or however you want to label it, Black American sniper in the Ranger battalions. It's pretty cool.
It's got some good lineage there.
Yeah.
Cool story.
So yeah, that was named after him. That's the only 2 that I haven't built myself. I actually prefer to build them. And which is funny is I heard some controversy over I think Valor Ridge and their rifle courses, handgun courses. Like, they don't want anyone to bring a self-built rifle. I can see why they're saying that with the whole safety issues, where someone might not have torqued something down
Or they
all the
didn't
way.
headspace it.
You really don't need to worry about head spacing on an AR.
True, but if it's not an AR platform, it could be a problem.
Yeah, if you, I built this AK, you know. So, I don't know. But anyways, what were we talking about? Guns, I know. But
Yeah, guns. I was gonna say, I had a point and I just forgot because it was dealing with the gun and self-manufacture stuff.
See, like in this bill, they talk about different parts kits, like a machine gun part kit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those are already
Controlled and regulated. Yeah.
Exactly. You can't just go, oh, I'm going to go to my local gun shop and pick me up a lightning link or
I'm gonna go get that full auto trigger group.
Yeah. You can't. I mean, essentially, you can buy like a burst trigger pack. You can't drill the hole for an AR with the auto sear. You can't do that. But you can have, like, as long as you don't have any drill marks in your receivers,
yeah,
you should be good. I think. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know exactly, but I think. Yeah.
You know what bothers me though is like that shouldn't even be like a rule or a law.
Yeah.
It really shouldn't. I mean, if you want to waste a couple $100 and go full auto,
like,
do it.
Like,
who cares?
To go out and train and just to go full auto, I mean, it's a waste of.
It is a waste.
I think the highest.
It's just fun every now and then.
I think I think the best rate for, like, if you're just gonna go out and actually train would be like a 3-round burst. That would be good, because it's not too ridiculous where it will get out of control at first and then you'll maintain control. So it's like, and you're good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So they're trying to, with this bill, they're trying to, take away assault weapon parts kit. So it's not assault rifle. It's not the full auto kits. It's the assault weapons, which is any semi-automatic weapon. So that pretty much takes
1022s.
1020. Oh, your lower parts kits for an AR.
Yeah.
Can't buy those now. Or you can get a lower all you want, but you can't put it together.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. The CMP, the Civilian Marksmanship Program, right? They get M1 grand surplus, right? And they sell receivers online. They advertise it. So that would now be something that they could not do. They can't advertise the sale of a receiver because a lot of those M1s that come back from other countries, some of them are fucked up, and so the only thing they can salvage is the receiver.
Now, I think that this bill is going to be. I don't think it's going to be successful. Hopefully,
hopefully not. Yeah.
I see all manufacturers, whether it be weapons manufacturers or accessory manufacturers, I see them fighting this
because I hope they do.
Their sales would just plummet.
I really hope they do, because Colt is responsible for the weapons ban.
I mean, everyone thought that Obama's not in office anymore. We got a Republican. We got Trump.
No, and he's wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah, I mean, it's really telling when he says, "Take the guns.
Take the guns. Find out after the Eagle.
Well, take the guns, then we'll worry about due process." It's like,
dude,
that should be the other way around. Mm-hmm. And if you don't understand why, then you shouldn't be in the position you are right now. I mean, he wants to just say, no, see, there's a part of me that's, well, not a part of me, but, but there's a part of me that almost thinks that, okay, Trump could be a genius, and maybe he's saying these crazy things just to get people.
To get the desired reaction out of people.
Yeah, exactly. Now, if he was, and he just said that just to get that good, ooh, I like that idea, that'd be great. But it's like, we have to see proof,
Yeah.
Because he's quick to just say whatever someone's saying, and then what's likable, he's real quick to just jump on that and say it. That's why he said the whole, we'll worry about due process later.
Because that's what he knew that people wanted to hear right then.
Yeah.
In his surrounding area, he was able to read the room.
That's when he should have an assistant.
Yeah.
To slap him in front of everybody, and then he'd be, oh yeah, forget that.
It should be a black man, and he could be like, "The fuck you just say? Talk about taking people's guns."
Hey Trump, What did Five Fingers say to the face?
Slap, bitch. Charlie Murphy, why'd you hit me? Man, you hit me. That was like 5 years ago, Charlie. Man, that was 5 minutes ago. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Thank you, David Chappelle.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to gun laws, it's we both know they're stupid, but like back
I really
what
would
was
like
it,
to
the
sit down and-
94 Bill Clinton
Yeah, Bill
assault
Clinton era.
weapons ban?
that prohibited the importation of weapons.
That and well, no.
Because
Because that's when the Saga 12 started coming in, was in the late
but wasn't
early
it
2000s.
wasn't it built by an American local?
No,
Because I know the design is.
they were imported from Russia, from Ishmash,
Hmm.
and then Vepr, Molot, or whatever the company is. There's like so many companies that are all like the same thing, but
Yeah,
they're
the
different
Big
divisions.
conglomerates, yeah.
But yeah, the Clinton assault weapons ban, that thing, I mean, it just banned certain characteristics of a rifle. Like when I bought my first AR-15, it was a Bushmaster. Back when Bushmaster was still good, like a quality rifle. They're now Wyndham weapons. Like the people that started Bushmaster, they left and created Wyndham weaponry, I think. But anyways, my first AR had a fixed stock. It had a fixed muzzle brake, pinned. What else? I don't think it had a like you had like a checklist, and you can only have certain number of features
yeah.
like a bayonet lug. Who cares? Who cares about a bayonet lug?
That is one of the weirdest, like.
I mean, yeah, like us. What is a civilian going to be doing? Fix bayonets, and then
I
go
didn't even do
through
it in the military.
I did it for.
I didn't even do it for fun. And I wish I had, just as a joke. To
You
put
did?
I never ever fixed a bayonet.
Really?
Plan for you.
You went to Benning and you didn't.
I didn't even do it.
Really, we did.
Wait, no, we did when we did base training. Yeah, we fixed bayonets one time. But
Like
that was
the-
an M16.
Yeah,
That wasn't an M4.
we had the big tire things that you had to
Yeah, just stab at. Yeah,
knock the.
butt stroke series.
Yeah, that stuff. So yeah, we had bayonet training, but I mean, what's the thing that's gonna fix bayonets and go like bum rushing at Walmart, shooting and then stabbing people? No, that would be an incident.
Oh my god, we have to ban knives too then.
No, just bayonets.
No, it's obviously the gun's fault.
But yeah,
See, now that would be interesting if you just had no magazine, no bullets, just a rifle with a bayonet, and you went on a murder spree. Would they still blame the gun?
ooh.
What do you guys think? Put it down in the comments. Would they still blame the gun on that?
Yeah, I don't want to give anyone any ideas.
I know that's part of the problem, though.
Is it that'd be?
If you war game things, you
It
give
wouldn't be
people ideas.
funny.
No,
I said
mean,
it'd be funny if someone actually like, oh, I'm gonna do that. You
no,
know?
it would be tragic, sure,
It
but
would.
it would be ironic in a sense that would they want to blame the gun for
Yeah.
the bayonet lug? Because it would be essentially no different than a fucking spear.
Yeah, you'd be like, well, if this was still 1995, he couldn't have done it.
He would have never had it.
Yeah. Like, really? I mean, after the assault weapons ban, they looked at the numbers, and it didn't affect anything. It didn't affect one
Didn't
thing.
affect anything. I know. So
The Columbine shooting, the one that kicked off all this, not
yeah,
really kicked off.
it did kickstart everything.
Yeah. I mean, there was mass shootings before, like especially the guy in Austin, the tower,
Yeah,
the Marine, knocking people
And
off.
then there was the one of the songs about the 4 dead in Ohio, where
But
that dude shut up the Ohio campus.
yeah, but when school shootings and mass shootings really became a big, like, it's here now, is Columbine
See,
forward.
I don't really feel like it is a thing. I still think
I don't
it's
think
an
it's a thing.
anomaly. You know, they
It
want
is.
us to perceive it as a thing, but it's really not a thing.
Yeah, check out the school shooting in Broward County, Florida.
Yeah,
The same county that's having all the ballot issues.
voter fraud.
Yeah,
I believe that.
it's crazy.
I totally believe that.
It's the same county that the 9/11 hijackers.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same county. Like, there's a lot of stuff
a lot
that's
of things that
happened in
happen.
Broward County.
Yeah, Broward County is.
Broward, yeah.
That's where I was born, Broward County General, and I grew up there a little bit, and yeah, there's some weird things that go on there now.
Yeah.
Coincidence?
Don't know. But, when it comes to What were we talking about before?
Before we school shootings being a thing now in the assault weapons ban, because we were talking about like the barrel lug and.
Oh yeah, like all those features. Like having a collapsible stock does not make it more concealable. Having a collapsible stock makes it easier.
No, it doesn't. Yeah,
it makes it easier for different people to shoot
different lengths of pull. Yeah,
exactly.
It's funny, like, because if you fold the butt stock, right, even on a side folding AK, it doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't really make it that much more concealable because you have that giant banana clip sticking out. Clip. Yep. Oh my god, I did it. I said clip. Magazine.
But you do own clips now because you have a Garand.
I have a Garand, yeah. Yep. Gun of the fucking century, dude.
Well, I mean, can't you? What do you call it? Mosins have clips too, right? You just
So a lot of your old bolt action guns, right? So like the Lee Enfield 303 had a clip.
They had that internal magazine.
Yeah, the internal mags.
The
10 rounds.
The Swedish Lugman or the Egyptian Hakim, which are the same rifle.
Same gun, yeah.
Which I've done a video on my old channel with a guy explaining the
minor differences.
Yeah, the details of the Lugman and the Hakim, which are actually pretty cool semi-automatic rifle.
Yeah, and when you look at like even lever action, right? It has internal magazines.
Yeah,
just a lot of cool weaponry that would still be just as lethal today.
Oh yeah, I mean now it takes a long time to load up it's just like a shotgun, right? You got that tube magazine that's under the barrel, and
yeah, but 3-gun competitors have been getting it down pretty good now. So like, tactics are out there, and again, it's training.
They got their extended tubes. I mean, I don't know.
Even the old hand crank Gatling gun was magazine fed, right?
Yeah.
That's not a full auto weapon.
No, it's not.
Because it's a one fire.
It's like so many degrees was a
fire. Yeah.
Was a fire.
So like, what stops people from owning something like that now?
Well,
nothing.
They have those things. They just have a cam, and you just crank it, and it fits into the trigger well of a AR-15, and you can sit there and.
Yeah.
I think Jerry Mikulik, the fastest shooter
ever.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. He's a lot smaller in real life.
Yeah, you'd expect.
Like I met him at the NRA convention.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh shit! I thought you were like kind of like my height.
You know who's big as fuck?
Me, I'm fat.
No, I'm talking about Hickok 45.
Oh, that dude is fucking.
He was. I didn't realize.
Giant. Him and his son. They're giant, dude. They're like 6'6".
He doesn't look that way on camera. I mean, of course, everything doesn't look that way, but.
He's
when we saw him at the NRA, I was like, hi. I felt like I was talking to Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah. The first time I met him was at a rally in Nashville. It was part of one of those, what do you call it, Obama era fight for your rights demonstrations in front of the Capitol. So go down to Nashville, and he's there. And at first I see him from a distance, and he's talking, in front of behind the podium, he's talking to the crowd or whatever. And he gets down with the crowd and he comes over and like, oh, Jesus Christ, dude. You're a tall
motherfucker.
He's like, yep, look at them. Like,
you big Paul Bunyan motherfucker.
He lives close to us.
Does he?
Yeah. Cheatham County.
Oh yeah, that's just right across the street, Just down the road.
Yeah. Somewhere around there,
yeah.
But yeah, real close. There were quite a few bigger YouTube gun channels that were here in Tennessee. I think 22 Plinkster is also around here. You had TN Outdoors 9.
Yeah, whatever happened to them?
He doesn't post anymore. I don't know what happened, but he used to do all the different ballistics tests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was definitely ahead of his time on that, I think, on YouTube.
Yeah, there's another YouTube channel that's trying to capture where he left off. So, I mean, it's interesting to know that stuff,
Yeah.
Testing a different ammo and knowing the, penetration, all that stuff.
Yep.
It's one of those things where people go out there and they want to learn, It's kind of like the Iraqi Vet channel that kind of blew up from the shotgun shells that, I forget his name. And
the old guy.
I feel bad because he passed away. I feel bad that I can't remember his name now. Yeah. So I think we had a good episode today. We only went on a few tangents, and as we're getting...
Tangent Town, yeah.
Yeah, as we're doing more of these, we're not getting as many tangents.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of hard given we both have TBIs and...
That, yeah.
And we like to talk about a whole other bunch of stuff, and conversation leads us different places. Yeah. I think like if we were Hansel and Gretel, our breadcrumb trail would confuse the fuck out of us because we'd be walking in circles.
Yeah, we would spell consciousness in breadcrumbs, and they would come like...
And then we'd be like, is there a conspiracy? Who else is putting breadcrumbs down?
We're willing the universe
it's so weird
to do this. But yeah, if you guys want to check out our Patreon page, for $1, you can be, a patron and get all the access to all the little tangents we go into.
Yep, so thank you for watching Freedom 350.
See you next time.